I'm Antonin. I was born and raised in France, in the northeast of France, but I studied, traveled, worked, and experienced many different cultures. I worked in South America. I spent a lot of time basically in South America. And I would say that those experiences in South America made me realize I wanted to do something meaningful and something inspiring. So back in 2009, I did an internship and exchange program in Brazil. And I traveled in Brazil through couchsurfing. And after that, basically, I went back to France and I didn't want to work for a big corporation. So I started a blog about collaborative consumption.
About?
Sharing, about collaborative consumption. So how internet is transforming the way we consume, live, produce. And how we can connect in meaningful ways online to share offline, basically.
Now, is this coming because you decided on this theoretically, or did this come up because of how your experience in particular?
I don't know. I think I've always experienced sharing in different ways. Like it's very natural to me to think that you can eat at somebody's place or sleep at somebody's place without even asking sometimes. Like for me, sleeping at a hotel is not natural. And waiting to eat at a restaurant like many of my friends do, like I don't understand why we should wait to eat at a restaurant. I like to have dinners at my friends or at my place, and also at strangers' place. So I realized that the internet was a good way to experience those new ways to connect in a city. So I basically started to blog about that, and after a year I connected many people using Twitter. So basically I would use Twitter to connect with people sharing the same ideals than me. And I would meet them and introduce them on a Facebook group. And basically this Facebook group drew the foundation of what is today OuiShare. So basically OuiShare is the collective of people passionate about Internet 3.0, the collaborative economy, sharing, everything we discussed before. And so now OuiShare is a Facebook group, but is also a community offline. There are people in Madrid, in Barcelona, in Paris, in 10 different cities in France, in Brussels. All those people are really passionate about this shift, and they want to accelerate this shift towards a collaborative economy.
So basically, the objective of OuiShare is to accelerate this type of collaborative economy?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
That's a good question. How do we do that? I think that it's a growing trend that doesn't need us, but basically it can go faster, and it will go faster if we tell meaningful stories, because stories are usually shared. A good story is shared, basically. A good picture is shared. A good moment in life can be shared also. And social media help us to share in a faster way, never been possible before. So we want to tell a lot of stories related to sharing.
What kind of stories?
What kind of stories? Like for example, I did a Tour de France. So I went to 10 places in France to connect with people and discuss this shift. So basically we would meet people and say, there is this growing collaborative economy. It will have a big impact on existing industries. What do you think about it? Okay. So we would spend 2 or 3 hours, discussing about this.
Okay.
And we would go using ride sharing between every city. So,
Covoiturage.
covoiturage, yeah. So for every stop, I would take a picture and say, "Oh, we're on the covoiturage," and that's cool. You know, like, so just because like still many people think that it's not cool to do covoiturage, ride sharing, but like really you meet very interesting people and you can connect with strangers in a very different way. So I think it's cool, and the fact that you share those experiences on social media help to connect with even more people.
So, is it a not-for-profit that you've established?
Yeah, yeah.
And is it there to promote?
Yeah, our mission is to promote those lifestyles
Okay.
behind the collaborative economy, and also uh, enable this new paradigm to accelerate, you know, because there are forms of peer production, sharing, peer-to-peer finance, crowdfunding, and all those sectors not necessarily relate to each other. So we want to be the glue, basically, for this whole collaborative economy. First, by building this community, by again organizing events offline, lots of events offline, and having this media. So we launched an online magazine where we basically tell those stories, the stories of the innovators, of the entrepreneurs behind those new models, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So the first year for OuiShare was a year of building the community,
Right.
and now it's going to be a year of building stuff on top of this community. So like we're going to organize a big event, a huge event in Paris in May, for the whole European mafia of the collaborative economy.
Cool.
And we are going to launch also an accelerator for projects within the collaborative economy, because many times they lack a support to be even more successful in this space, because it's a new space. So you need mentors and support from people who really are knowledgeable about this space.